Hi, everybody. This is Karita from Piece of Cake Life. Welcome back. So last week, a friend posted a meme on Facebook. It said something like, don't stop till you're proud or keep going till you're proud. And it really resonated with me. So during dinner last week, I asked my family, what does this mean to you? They all had different variations of it. And I told them how that was so much a part of my family culture growing up. If I had to take away anything about my childhood in terms of what the motto was, of course, it was definitely like our faith and our Christian values. But more than anything, it was whatever you put out into the world is a reflection of not only you, but also your family. And so my mom would always just drill it into our heads. If you don't keep your room clean and you don't keep this house clean, how do I know that when you go to other people's house, you're not going to pick up after yourself? I remember, I think I was going to, my dad was helping me on my homework, and I was probably I don't know what it was exactly. It was years ago. I think I was 7 years old, but he maybe wanted me to erase something and write it better. I don't remember what, but he said to me, whatever you sign your name to, make sure that it's your best work. And that's something that's always stuck with me. So whatever it is, whatever I'm turning in, I ask myself, is this my best work? Am I proud of this? And so as a parent, I want to pass on that to my kids. And I find myself getting really frustrated because I look around and there aren't many other people doing that. And I think to myself, do I really need to try that hard? Because frankly, my kids are just going to be normal. And that night, I went to team night at our church. This is why church is important. You can totally be a Christian and never go to church. But when you go, you get to hear and experience things that just reinforce what God's already speaking to you in your life. So the team meeting was about a spirit of excellence. And Steve Kelly, who is our lead pastor in Virginia Beach, flew to LA to speak to us. And so he talked about the apple. Eve was just enamored just by the look of the apple, right? So he talked about how the apple, not only is it delicious and not only is it nutritious, but it's also beautiful. And I further thought about just the way that an apple is shaped. It's the perfect shape for your hand to hold and bite. And that just shows you how God is in the details, right? Everything that he created, he made beautiful as well as functional. And so when we do whatever it is that we do, if you're a stay-at-home mom, if you are a small business owner, if you are a landscaper, if you are a car detailer, whatever it is that you do, whatever your purpose is, do it with excellence. And I know that it's tough because especially this generation, that's just not part of the status quo. And I know this for a fact because one of my good friends, she is back in the workforce, so to speak, after being with her kids for several years. And she's interviewing millennials. And she's like, I'm shocked at how much they think they're capable versus what they're really capable of. Also, I was listening on the radio, and deans of schools and professors are reporting that the incoming freshmen are way less mature than 20 years ago. So the same teachers at the same school are saying that the kids coming into this current school year are not up to par. And I'm not surprised because parents now do so much for their kids and micromanage them so much that kids don't really learn how to fail until they go to college. And that's a disservice to our kids. And I think that parents have good intentions about why they do that, but they don't realize that it's actually shortchanging their kids. So I just encourage you to go against the grain, to be the weirdo like me who makes my kids cover their mouth when they yawn, who makes my kids say, yes, mom, when I ask them to make their bed, because I know that my repetition and my persistence is going to produce fruit in the end. And one of the things that Steve Kelly talked about was you will have favor because you're going to shine and you're going to stand out amongst other people who are the status quo. And I know that for a fact. One example is when I was in college, I was working for the annual fund. So these are the annoying people that call you and beg you for donations. So yes, I'm talkative, so I kind of was really good at it, but it's hard work. It's really hard work. And so I had a personal goal for myself. I would not go use the restroom until I had a pledge. A lot of people would get up and go to the restroom because they would get out of calling. And so, they just would waste time. I was like, no, I am not getting up from this chair until I have 3 pledges per night. That was the goal, was 3 pledges over 3 hours. So guess what? I think it was only one day that I didn't do it, and I refused to. My neighbor next to me was like, okay, put the phone down, because it was time to go, and I hadn't made my 3rd pledge. But 8 weeks later, I was promoted to manager. So I was now overseeing 20 callers, and I was hiring, I was firing, and I was training. And the pay raise that I got allowed me to save money for my wedding. And so when you not just do better just to, like, in a bragging way, but you just represent your well. And for me as a Christian, I want people to see what I do and how I live my life and go, oh, that's something that I would want to look up to. So anyway, I hope this encourages you, especially parents that you're just nagging your kids. You're like, oh, nothing's sticking. It will pay off. Just keep on keeping on. I'll see you soon. Bye.